Have you ever gotten bored and run down by the constant cycle of your daily routine? Do you want to just escape it all and see things out of the ordinary? This happens to me very frequently, and that's totally normal. Who doesn't like the feeling of a new adventure? Living in Chicago can tend to become pretty boring sometimes, and that's why I love to travel so much. I have visited many places here in the United States like Colorado, Maine, Florida, and Massachusetts. I've also visited other countries such as Mexico, Austria, and Germany. And this is one of my plane tickets from Germany. I saved it because I just love traveling so much, and it makes me remember all the good times I had. When I did travel to these places, I was opened up to so many new activities and people, and they really put it into perspective the fact that we all live very different lives. And I'm sure that you guys have destinations you'd love to see in person too, and you should. At all costs, you should go and see them. And keep in mind that travel doesn't have to be across the country or even state lines. And visiting cities and towns that are close to your local area can be just as interesting as traveling very far. So today I would like to talk to you first about how travel can result in personal growth and the development of new life skills. Secondly, how you can experience different lifestyles and cultures when traveling. And finally, how the best memories are trips with friends and family. Let's begin by discussing why travel generates personal growth and the development of life skills and why that's important. So traveling forces you out of your comfort zone. It forces you to be able to get comfortable in new places that you're very unfamiliar with, and it just forces you to adapt. And while this is happening, you are unknowingly boosting your confidence. It also sharpens your communication and social skills because people communicate differently everywhere in the world. So if you visit somewhere, you're kind of just thrown into that society and must learn how to navigate and fit in while you're visiting. Personally, traveling has taught me a lot about how to approach new people comfortably, and I think that's a skill that I'll be able to apply to my life forever. Traveling also allows you to be able to relate to people with many different backgrounds and forces you to adapt to culture, social norms, and language that might be very different from yours. What people tend to like about traveling is that it makes you break your regular routine at home, and it gives you time and space from things that potentially would stress you out, such as work, school, and kids, and more. It gives you the comfort of escaping reality and doing really whatever you would want to do without the worry of people you know seeing you or judging you. And what many people don't realize about traveling is that it provides you with great time management skills, because when you go on a trip, you obviously have to plan things out, and the best trips are the ones that make use of time well. It teaches you how to deal with pressure really well and how to be punctual. You can't ask a plane to wait for you or a train to wait for you. Time management is actually harder than it seems. It's a skill that actually takes a lot of practice. And when you learn this while traveling, you can obviously use it when you come back home and apply it to your everyday life. Now that we discussed the skills portion, let's dive into more exciting stuff like how traveling introduces different cultures and lifestyles. This is one of the most important aspects of traveling that I think every person should try to do more of to make themselves a more well-rounded, diverse person. A 2010 study done by Columbia Business School professor Adam Galinsky found that travel increases awareness of underlying connections and associations with other cultures. Listening and speaking with locals from wherever you visited gets you a really good inside glimpse of what life is really like there. And if you travel, you really should try to do that as much as possible. Traveling also helps people better understand each other, which is a really good thing and will help you better form connections with people you meet. According to the United States Travel Association, 55% of travelers travel to learn specifically about a place, culture, or language. Traveling also broadens your perspective. It humbles you and makes you appreciate what you have, which people need to do more of, in my opinion. And it makes you unknowingly evaluate your own morals and values because wherever you visit, obviously they have their own set of moral codes and values that might even be unknown to you, but you're unknowingly adopting some of them, which is cool while you're there. And remember, no destination is alike, and no city or country lives the same way. I kind of like to think of it like nature. The more diverse an environment is, the healthier the environment is. And in relation to traveling, I think that the more people experience, the more diverse and healthier I think they are. You can see that there's a lot that can be seen and learned when traveling. Now let's talk about individual experiences and how traveling with friends and family can be some of the best memories of your life. People tend to be happier when they travel. Researchers from Washington State University surveyed 500 adults and found that people who traveled a few times a year, at least 75 miles from home, were at least 8% happier than those who don't travel. Traveling also creates a bonding experience. Spending time with people away from the distraction of everyday life can really be a positive thing for your relationships with them. Personally, if I didn't go on family vacations, I think that I would not get along with my family as well. We do better when we're out of town. And I think it's a great activity to do and see exciting things together, and it really is something that creates a stronger bond, because I think a strong bond comes from more experience you've had together, and traveling is a great way to do so. 44% of American adults actually regret not going on more trips, so make sure that you're not that 44% and go on a trip. It's clear that traveling has a lot of benefits and is something people should do as frequently as possible. I've discussed what skills you can obtain while traveling, how you can become aware of other lifestyles and cultures, and perhaps even participate in them. And I've also illustrated how traveling creates the best memories with friends and family. Don't you wonder what you could be missing in the world? Don't wait to learn and experience something entirely new that might change your whole outlook on life forever. The gladdest moment in human life is a departure into unknown lands. Thank you.